Hi guys, welcome to Freaking Cheap. My name's John, and I'm kind of in the back. If you're new here, I'm in the back of the house, not the front of the house. The front of the house got the sun on it. It's already over. It's like 92 degrees, and it's only like it's probably now about 11:30. So it's just I stay in the shade, kind of playing around back here. I got a lot of, I call it mousing around. I'm getting into this and getting into this and getting into this and getting into this, just like a mouse does. So I guess I'm being a mouse today. So I'm going to give you a list of, or show you what I'm going to be puttering with today, here and there, here and there. Also want to thank Andrew, or not Andrew, Andrew's Lumber. Man, I should have wrote it down. They did a shout out for me, and I appreciate it. Thank you. But they had a real good tip. If you're setting up a sawmill, they had a real good tip at the end of their video that I watched yesterday. So it's probably a couple days old. Andrew's Lumber. Go down and check it out. Check those guys out. They do a real good job down there. I was also watching Mike Morgan on that on the Trump situation, and that was kind of interesting. He did a real good display of where this was, where that was, where this was, walk around, show the crowd, and all that kind of stuff. And I said that to my wife the first day. Well, she was watching it, and she saw it happen, and she came down and says, Trump just got shot, Trump just got shot. And so, I floated up and took a look at it. And one thing that I at that particular time, it was so new that you just didn't have any facts of anything. Now more facts are starting to come out and come out and come out. My question is, whoever was the head of the security in that situation should be terminated, like, immediately, or investigated, because that was just a stupid oversight or whatever. These guys are paid too much money and too big to have it be an oversight. So my question is, was it a planned failure? You know, you just never know, and we'll probably never know. It kind of reminds me back of maybe, if my little feeble brain goes right, didn't Oswald, they got Oswald pretty quick, and then the next thing you know, they turned around and I think Ruby killed Oswald, so Oswald couldn't talk anything. Well, you know, it could have been something like that, even though I kind of don't think so. Kind of hope not. But Trump ruffled a lot of feathers in a lot of different places. FBI was one of them. And so to get rid of the person that actually did the shooting, or who we think did the shooting, I guess time will tell. The whole thing is sad. And the money that'll be in on it will be endless. So I don't know, just kind of interesting. Just wondered if it was a planned failure. Anyhow, I'll show you what I'm into. I got to crunch cans. That's one thing on the list. I got to put away a lot of tools. I got so many tools out. I'm gonna take you off the thing. If you've never seen the can cruncher, go back and check it out and some others. I might crunch 1 or 2 cans for you. I got tools out everywhere because it comes in. I'll be doing something. It'll start raining, and I'll just go. Yeah, just set it in there where it won't get rained on. There's my cans that I got to do for this month. That's not too bad. I'm working on this thing over here. This is a pan that goes under the stove, and I put some of this this stuff here in it, and that's why I had the glasses on. It looks like it's taking that stuff off. Time will tell. Yeah. It's taking that off. The wife wanted it cleaned, and I said, I got something that might work. So I just put a little bit in there and just let it. I don't think it's going to hurt the porcelain. I'll have to call Jeff. He knows. You know who else knows is Mac. Mac would tell you exactly if this is safe to do. Mac Yoakum. He stops by all the time. For some reason, I can't get his, what do you call it? Comments anymore. I can't get them anywhere. They just don't come in. I don't know what happened. And he told me, speaking of that, he told me the other day, he says, when you were working over here last week, you dropped the socket on the floor. Mac, that wasn't a socket. Of course, what it was is I probably already lost it already. It was a scale weight. And it was just an old piece of junk scale weight. and it rolled down. He says, "You lost the socket. You lost the socket." Well, thank you, Mac. What else I'm working on is this today. This is probably one of the higher things on my list of things I want to get to. This is a pump that I put together. I did a YouTube where I did all this nonsense, resurrected the motor, took it all apart. It's working now. You can see it's just a little high pro pump. I think I got probably 20 bucks invested. No, I don't even have 20 bucks. Well, I might have 20 bucks invested in this. Is all hot. Big branch just came down. Stuff. This is a pressure relief valve. You can't set these at very high pressure. So I'm working on hoses. I got all new ends. I got all sorts of stuff been around for years. So I want to get this running, because what I want to do with this is to be able to spray my wood boxes for firewood with old waste oil. So I'm going to have to bring up, I'm guessing this thing probably holds, that thing, I know it holds over 20 gallons. I bet that's at least 30 gallons. I could measure it and calculate it. If you guys want to measure it and calculate it, well, I'll measure it for you. You guys can calculate it. Give you guys some homework. Okay, the diameter is, let's just say 16 inches, and the length is, let's just say 36 inches. It might be 36.5 inches. So you guys can come up with the gallons. Just multiply the area times whatever and divide by 231, and it'll tell you how many gallons are in there. So I'm working on that, working on the pressure washers. I want to get a couple more of those things on the sawmill. So I'm going to start on these, and I'll bring you back in a little bit. I'll put all the stuff together and put one together, and then the rest I will just do and get it together. I got to put a I don't really need to put a disconnect on there, but I think I will. I have another hose over here. This is the one that I busted. Oh, that's the original hose on that pressure washer that I've been using. I should switch back to that instead of the pressure washer. I got a big hose. I had a pressure washer a long time ago that was massive. It was a good pressure washer. I'll tell you what, it was driven by a 8 horsepower. I can't get you in here. Wait, there it goes. It was driven by an 8 horsepower motor. Motor. 8 horsepower Briggs motor. Belted down to, I don't know, the drive pulley was about 2 inches, the other pulley was about 6 inches, and it was powerful. You could only run that thing for about 15-20 minutes at a time, and you were physically wore out from holding that wand. That's how much pressure it had. My neighbor Penny, you've met him from time to time, he says, "Will that pressure wash my log cabin?" I said, "Yeah, you knock yourself out, you can use it over there." So he took it over there and he climbed up a ladder and he hit it, and it blew him away from the house. That's how much power it had. He says, "Oh man." So we had to cut down the pressure on it a little bit, but he got that done. Since then he's bought another pressure washer, and that one has, it's in the back, it's next to the generator. I'll point it out sometime later. But anyhow, the pressure washer that I was using the other day is nowhere near the strength. I think that thing might have pushed 6,000 pounds. It was just ferocious. It was a commercial unit. It also would inject water or sand or soap or anything into it. It was a big unit, and the coil in it broke. And I don't know if it's back there with the coil still in it. I bet it's back there still with the coil in it. I don't know. I might have scrapped that. I have to look and get back with you. So anyhow, I'm going to do some of this off camera, and that's kind of some of the projects I got going on today. Put tools away, working on the oil pump, working on that, crunching some cans, and we'll see you in a little bit. Hi guys, well, we're back. I thought maybe some of you would like to see the can cruncher. It's just something I'm doing. We'll crunch a few cans. I've got the tools pretty much put away, but I've already got half of them back out. Go figure. This is how I crunch the cans. Ain't too much. Now I'm gonna crunch these two. I crunch paint cans. I crunch everything. So I have to make a run down to the scrap bin. Pretty soon I'm going to have to take it to the dump and cash in, get some well-earned money for all this nonsense that I save. I probably got a couple hundred pounds of cans. I might even have more than that. Travel, you got to separate the cat food cans from the regular cans. So that's the can cruncher. If you haven't seen it, it used to be faster. I could make it faster, but just not there. Now, set that there. Sorry about that. Start crunching these. These will go off when they... Gets it pretty flat. I tried cutting black walnuts in it, or opening up black walnuts in it. That's that can. Put it at an angle, it smashes it better. Most of the time I let the pressure out of these, but I didn't. Because if you get enough pressure in there, theoretically it could ignite. Sometimes when I'm playing around, I'll take and hammer them down and make them even smaller. So we will turn that off. Give you an update on the kitchen stove thing. We're about an hour later. Like I said, I did clean up all those, but then I turned around and got a bunch more out. You can see that. This goes with this over here. This was the dryer heating element that burned out. Let's see. Can you see it right there? It ain't hooked. I should have just wired and knotted them together. As cheap as I am, I'm surprised I didn't do that. But it seems to be I'm just tracing back things on that thing. So that's that. That goes, these go with this in the back of the Kubota to the bin. These cans here, good stuff. Sounds empty, but I cut these off and you can take a whole lot of the stuff. Propellant is so thick it stays on the side, so I get quite a bit out of that. Getting into that, so I'll just leave that can here. Here's the here's this thing. I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's getting better. I just keep brushing around. Now I did get some, I don't know if you can see it in there, some 4/0 steel wool and cleaned it up a little bit with that. And I recommend if you're getting into this kind of stuff, you have some heavy gloves. Let's see, what else did we get done? I don't know. I guess I'll show you how I put these fittings together. I put some pipe dope on them here, a little bit. And then I put a little bit of, a little bit is all I got left. Had to go buy me another thing. I had, I like to get 3 wraps. Kind of hard to wrap without the proper wrapper. This one here is only going to get 1.5 wraps, and that's the way it is. And this one's the big one, so it goes in this end of this. This one here, because I don't really care, we'll get the small end because that's not a high pressure thing. That side, the lower end's a higher pressure. I have an array of wrenches, which this thing will go all the way in until it bottoms out, I think. I think that this thread here is a standard thread. Alright, well, now we got what? 7/8 there. I think 11/16 here. That should be tight enough. We probably got the 7/8 again here, and that's going to be 9/16 because it's the same as the air chuck. I guess you're in there. So, like I said, this is not a real high pressure because it goes to a I can't think what I'm thinking of, a nozzle that doesn't hold back pressure. So then I get a old towel and wipe them off so I don't be wearing that white stuff so much. I got another one of these handles. I don't know if these handles are any good. They've been around for years. So anyhow, that's kind of what's going on. Oh, I guess while you're here, we'll put this one in here. I forgot I did that one. I don't know what size this is. Probably the same size. Nope. This one, as much as I tried to Dudley do right, I still didn't get it. So I can't tighten this too tight. I might have another. They're down at the I think they're down at the sawmill. I don't know where. This one here is probably the bigger one. That's, you generally try to put the bigger one on the original. And you don't gotta King Kong them. Because you can always tighten it a little bit more later, or re-pipe dope it, or whatever you want. So I got to go find some more Teflon tape and get these other ones. Get the hose. I'm going to try to use that short hydraulic hose for this. So we'll be back in a little bit. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back. Here we are, hours later. I've got all those put together. I brought the pressure washer in, tested all the nozzles out, and they don't work great. The two oddball ones I got. Got this all lined up, ready to go down and start filling it up with oil. So just thought I'd bring you by for a update. I kind of don't think I'm going to take you down there for filling up the oil, but I might. There's the oil fill right there, or I guess it's gas fill if it's a gas thing. But then I got to get a generator, extension cord, and all that kind of stuff and hook it up and see if it'll work. So that's where we're at. I finished the pan. I put enough tools away that I don't feel like putting any more. Crushed the cans. I did find some screws to work on the back wall of the sawmill, so I might do that. I'm staying in the shade. It is, I think it's about 98 out here right now, and the humidity is about, I don't know, sauna. So anyhow, we'll be back in a little bit. See ya. Bet you didn't think you'd be seeing this Jeep today. Anyhow, we're down here getting some oil. That tank in the back holds about 120 gallons. And that is my oil Earl supply. Can you see the pipe coming out the back? Yeah, you can see it pretty good there. Well, I got it down to finger tight. Whoa! This is my 4th bucket load. I guess you can see the oil coming in. I'll let this go down a little bit closer. Anyhow, not bucket load. I'm only filling it up about half full. I ain't that strong no more. So I figured I had to go get the funnel, which I'll show you in a minute. That's about, I'm letting it go in there pretty slow. That's old oil that's been around here for years and years and years, and maybe more years than that. I ought to go back and show you the barn. I'm sure you've seen the barn by the steam engine. If you're new here, you probably haven't. But I used to spray that with oil, I don't know, every couple years. Ain't no mud daubers in that thing when I used to spray it with oil. I need to spray this place with oil. She's a little over half full now, so we'll be right back in a minute. Hi guys, I told you we'd be back in about a minute. Hopefully I'll get this in there without spilling it. I'll put the other 4 in there without making too much of a mess. The gas gauge doesn't appear to work. But maybe it has to get so high before it'll break loose, I don't know. That's the funnel I had to go get. And we'll let this one just drain for a minute or two. Gives me a chance to... Yeah, the gas gauge ain't coming up. So we will we'll be right back. We're just going over there to the generator. It'll only take a couple minutes to get over there, and come on back. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Well, we're not having a whole lot of success. It did not want to do what it was supposed to do. So I'm pulling one of the heads off, take a look at it, see what's down in there. I'm hoping stuck valves. But I gotta do all sorts of stuff to get that lower head off, but maybe it's the upper head that's will be the problem. The motor ran, all that kind of good stuff. I primed it and primed it and primed it. Didn't do much good. I don't know what's under here. That's what's under here. Well, I can see a problem there. I don't know if it's fixable. Kind of not. There's a piece in one of the valves. These are little things that come out, but this one here is it would be a suction valve, so there's a speck in there. Not that would, this is probably not the best thing to pull off either. There's a little high pro pump. It's, you know, I don't have a lot of money invested in it, you guys know that. Boy, that doesn't want to stick back down in there. But this, to get that out, is going to destroy that. Let me go. Oh, I got a screwdriver in my pocket. It looks like it's going to rain. It wasn't supposed to, and then that valve is definitely stuck. Yeah, that one's working. But you're never going to get that out of there without destroying it. That one there, see that ball that's supposed to go up and down? I don't know if you can see that. It ain't, but this plastic piece, you'll annihilate that getting it out of there. I'm about 99% positive of that. So we'll be back in a little bit, I think. I don't know, it might rain. I might have to shut everything up, because man, it turned to poopy all quick, but temperature sure came down. So can't get you back in the stand. So I don't know what's going on from here. Not what I wanted to do today, and didn't really plan on having this problem, but I'll probably try to get that out and annihilate it is what I figure. So we'll be back in a little bit. Well, I didn't get the pump going. I got a Rainout. I got the bottom head off of it, and that was worse than the top head. And then it started to rain. Let me turn you around. It's lighting up now, but I'm not going to go out and play with it later. So I guess we're going to just sit and watch the rain for the rest of the night. I really had some big plans, but they got washed away, I guess, so to speak. So I got you can hear the rain in the background. I'm just sitting here in a chair, taking it easy. It's hot. Humidity must be, I don't know, I guess the humidity is about, what's over 100%? That must be what it is, 100%. It's 100% of 100%. You can see the driveway up there. You guys can't see it. It was so hot, the water's hitting it and there's steam coming off of that pretty good. I don't know if they were calling for this rain or not, but it sure put a damper in my plans for tonight. I have it's 5 o'clock now, so I worked on this, worked on that. The wife was thrilled about her little pan on the stove being clean, but I knew it was going to happen. Well, now you need to do the 3 others, so I might play with one again tomorrow for a while. I'll play with that pump for a little while, and then I'm just going to flip-flop a hydraulic pump on there, because hydraulic pump doesn't have any valves in it. It's just straight in, straight out. So so you don't have to worry about a lot. And I'm not looking for high pressure. I'm not looking for high volume. And I know I got some pumps off those trash compactors in the back, so I'll play with that and look around tonight for that kind of stuff. And if I can't come up with something fairly, well, I'll play with the pump when the weather breaks, maybe tomorrow or something like that. I'll play with it for a while and maybe spend too much time on that, because I spent too much time on everything else. And then if I can't get it to come to life, I'm gonna look for a hydraulic pump, because I might have one down in the basement there, but I think it's a spline shaft, so I might have to come up with some kind of make it thing. So anyway, might even go down to Jeffrey's tonight. I got a couple things that need to go on down to Jeffrey's that I need to pick up. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do, but famous man once said, "Toodles, we're out of here." We'll see you later, guys. Just sit back and enjoy the rain. I won't have to water the garden today. Can you guys see the steam coming off the driveway? Let me see if I can zoom in there. That old driveway was probably right hot. We'll see you. Hit the like button, subscribe button for more. Bye-bye.